could you have ever imagined that you, Manu, and Timmy would become, the winningest trio in playoff history? Like you was, like you say, Timmy didn't speak to you, he ain't mess with you. Then you fast forward, y'all three tied a record for the winningest, and then go on to break the record. Like, how did that feel to accomplish that?
It's crazy, Q. Because if you think about it, like a little Frenchie and
Right.
a guy from the islands who was supposed to swim, and and the other one from Argentina, like to have that chemistry to play together and to be that good for so long. The longevity.
Yeah,
To be
exactly.
the winningest trio in the NBA. We you can never, like, nobody can, like, I don't think in the Spurs nobody can know like something like that. That's why the draft is not a perfect science. Like nobody can know that I'll be 28th pick and I'm going to do that career, or Manu is 57.
Right,
He was playing in
exactly.
Italy in second division, 57, and he's going to become a Hall of Famer. So it's crazy the way that happened. But at the end of the day, like myself, Timmy, Manu, we always told each other we want to do what's good for the team and try to win championship and try to build, a dynasty. And we never let our ego be in front of what's important for the team. And it started with Timmy. Timmy is the most unselfish superstar
Yeah.
that I ever known. Like the way Timmy played and the way that Timmy gave room for me to become an all-star, or same for Manu. Timmy was unbelievable, and we never had arguments, like nothing. Like it's crazy to get along for that many years. It was just a blessing for me as a point guard to have two teammates like this. It was unbelievable.
This is what I wanted to ask you though. Like, I used to have to guard the motherfucker, and I hated it. Tell me this about when you first met Manu. Did you know how good he was? Had you seen him before? Did you know, like, had seen him play? Like, talk about how dope of a player and how special of a teammate Manu was, because I
Mhm.
feel like y'all whole stretch, he was one of y'all biggest X factors, and he was like
Ah, for
kind of
sure.
like the unsung guy that coming off
Yeah.
the bench, six man, and this and that.
Mhm.
Just talk about how special he was.
Manu is the most unique player I ever played with. He was just that good, and he will always make timely plays. He had a knack, to make big shots, at the right moment and make big plays like offensive rebound or take a charge or all that kind of stuff. Manu was just gifted with that. He just had a high IQ, and his basketball knowledge was unbelievable. And when he first arrived in the NBA, I knew he was that good because Manu arrived. He was 25 when he arrived in the NBA.
Yeah.
So I saw him play in Italy and playing so well in the EuroLeague. So when he came to the Spurs, I knew exactly what we were getting. And so that's why we
Mm.
made the jump right away. '03, that was Manu's rookie year, and we win the championship. And so, the Nike Hoop Summit, that was the only game where scouts can see us play. Now they send scouts everywhere now.
Everywhere. Yeah.
Everywhere,
Yeah.
everywhere you have NBA scouts, NBA GMs. They travel everywhere. But back then, the Hoop Summit, Dirk and mine was the first ones. Where I think scouts saw European players that can play in the NBA, and then after that, everybody
Exploded.
came. Yeah,
Yeah.
exploded. Yeah, yeah.
Let me ask you this. Man, you be hearing a lot of commentators, a lot of people, they always mention all of these teams and their championship runs, or they win a championship, but they always seem to not appreciate the Spurs how they should be appreciated. Do you feel like y'all supposed to be appreciated a little bit more of what y'all accomplished over them years?
To be honest with you, Dimas, I don't really care about that, because
Hmm.
I lived it, and I have the rings, and we all first ballot Hall of Famers. So it's hard for me to say they don't appreciate us. You know what I mean? Like Manu is a first ballot, Timmy
Yeah.
too, Pop,
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
So that's the ultimate respect. Like all four of us, we first ballot Hall of Famers. So sometimes, yeah, they're going to talk about the Bulls and they're going to talk about, Golden State and the Lakers in Boston. But I really feel like our teams, they're up there in that conversation with all of those
Exactly.
teams.
Is
That's
that no?
for
I
sure.
I
That's how I
definitely.
feel. But then if they're not going to talk about it, it's okay, because at the end of the day, numbers don't lie. With the
Hey,
Winningest trio
you hit a humble
and all that kind
brag.
of stuff, all those records, they're going to see it. They're going to be like, oh, wow, that's the Spurs. Oh, the Spurs for 20 years. I was joking with the young fellas. I'm with the Spurs right now,
Right.
spending time with the young guys. And they just did back-to-back 60-loss seasons, you know. I can only imagine 60 loss in one season, back-to-back. I was like, my worst season is 48 wins. And half of my career, I went to the conference finals. So, and I made the playoffs every year. So I was telling that to the young guys, and it was like putting in perspective how long how good and for how long. So
exactly.
You have a long way to go before you can compare to us, you know, and so that gives them motivation. You know, we have a high standard with the Spurs.
Yeah, I definitely feel that way, man. I feel like y'all deserve as much credit as possible of what y'all accomplished, what y'all did. I just feel like, you know, the style of play, you know what I'm saying, or different like that, that might be the reason. But like you said, the
people
numbers in the championship,
boring and stuff like that.
Yeah, the numbers in the championships don't lie. And if you're an NBA player, you know anything about it, it's hard as hell to just win, let alone win a championship.
Exactly. And so that's why when people sometimes I see in the media, they say, oh, we were boring or whatever. I'm like, but if we're boring and we win 4 championships, I'll do it every day because like you just said, D-Mouse, it's so hard to win. And when you're done with your career, all you remember is, you know, the championships, like me, that's all people talk about, you know, is like the championships that we won, you know. And so now I'm very proud of what we accomplished.
Yeah, well, I say it for you, Tony, since you don't want to say it. Y'all motherfuckers need to start mentioning the Spurs when y'all mentioning all these goddamn champions. Because y'all did y'all thing, too.
It's kind of the same way it went every season for them. Like, the whole time they would be in the background, they talking about whatever teams they think the new hot teams this year, and they trot along doing their thing, win 60 games, get to the playoffs, and then win the championship. So, like, it's kind of, you know, par for the course of the way they've been handling them. But it's all good. I mean, the play, like he said, the numbers don't lie, but more importantly, the players know. We know. All us respect it, so that's what really matters.
Exactly, Q. And so for me, I'd rather have the respect of D-Miles, you saying that than the media. I don't care like what they say, you know, but the players, like last month, I was playing a friendly game in China with Ray Allen, you know, and Stephon Marbury, Coutinho Mobley, and they show so much respect for what we accomplished. I prefer 100 times that than the media.